Hello everyone, I'm Jay, your host at Everything Cloud Platform. Welcome to this session on building observability for Cloud Run. We'll introduce a couple of containerized microservices running on Cloud Run. We'll then induce some load on these services and use the default GCP logging and the available metrics and metrics explorer to build the golden signals dashboard for showing us the traffic, latency, errors, and availability and saturation, both in GCP native and in a third-party tool like Grafana. So let's go. Here is the agenda we'll be following. We'll be reviewing our demo apps, NumberWiki, and math functions in Cloud Run. We'll induce load on NumberWiki application. We'll then review logs, like what kind of information do you see with every request that hits or calls the NumberWiki API. We'll then review some of these metrics in Matrix Explorer. We'll then use those metrics to build GCP native Golden Signals dashboard. We'll use the same metrics and build the Golden Signals dashboard in Grafana. Let's build some observability or the golden signals dashboards or charts for the apps that are running in Cloud Run. We have our sample apps, our demo apps, both NumberWiki and Math Functions API running in Cloud Run already. Let's take a quick peek at what's available by default. There are a lot of logs that logging captures already. Now, before we look at the log explorer, I'll tell you that I have been inducing load to this to our NumberWiki application running in Cloud Run already since like last few hours, as you are seeing on your screen. This is taking the load already with some random numbers. So every time this app is being called with a different number, like you are seeing here. Notice, keep noting that number changing every time. So the app is being called multiple times in a loop for random numbers. And look at what logging tells you. If you go to the logs and if you just filter for cloud revision, because there are GCE logs, there are all the other services logs as well. You're looking for Cloud Run revision. Now, there are a lot of other Cloud Run related logs as well, but we are interested in the logs that are pertaining to our NumberWiki app. Let's apply one more filter on this. All of our relevant logs are coming from this log name. So let's add the requests log in our criteria, so show matching entries. And now if you look at all of these logs, these are logs only from our Math Functions API and NumberWiki, from each one of these. And notice that of course NumberWiki calls are less and Math Functions calls are more, because of course NumberWiki calls Math Functions API. Every call of NumberWiki calls the Math Functions for like 10, 12 times, right? If you follow along a particular request like this one, that's our NumberWiki call for the number 57175, and then this calls all of these Math Functions API calls for each one of these, and that's how you see the output that you get. If you navigate to Matrix Explorer, you will be able to get to a lot of metrics that are by default available that you can tap into to build your observability or golden signals dashboards, and that's what we'll be doing next. So if I go to Cloud Run revisions, I see these 22 metrics. If I look at each one of these, you can tap into some of these container metrics, and that will help you build the saturation metric for from the golden signals. These two, request count and request latencies, these two will help you build the traffic, the error, and the latency related golden signals, and that's what we'll be doing next. So say for example, if I look at request count, see what it provides you. If I look at request count, see all the requests for our for both of the Cloud Run applications are in here, and you can actually go ahead and aggregate these by whatever you want to. Say if I want to aggregate by, say, service name, I'll be able to do this. And now I'll be able to see two different lines. The blue line is for Math Functions API, and this is your number wiki app, right? So this is broken down by app. Let me save this chart as, say, we'll say this is traffic, and we'll say Cloud Run, right? And we will say maybe a new dashboard, and we'll call this new dashboard as Golden Signals Cloud Run, right? So we'll save this as a new dashboard. Now if I view dashboard, that's the new dashboard that comes up here, Golden Signals Cloud Run, and we have our traffic Cloud Run app. Now let's build one more chart that gives us some visibility around the errors. So if I go back to Metrics Explorer, and now if I select again, we want to go back to our Cloud Run revision, we'll still use this request count metric, and we'll now aggregate this by say the response code class. Let's see what that gives us. So currently all the requests are passing. Actually the categories that you will be able to get is 2xx, 4xx and 5xx. Yeah, you see where you are seeing a couple here, but majority is 2xx, but that's the category, right? So now if we were to say segregate the 2xx's responses from the others, let's do this. If I add, say, one more, if I select the same metric again, I will select this again. Now I have both of them exactly similar, right? Exactly. So I have two overlapping lines here, actually, one coming from the A and the other coming from B. Both are the same so far. But what we'll do now is add a filter on response code class. Here we'll say all the response code class equals 200 only, and in here there is no filter. So basically there is one line, the first line is all 2xx's, right? And the second line is all total requests, because there is no filter available here. And what we'll do is we'll add some legend as well. For A, we'll say successful requests, and the B will be total requests, right? We just named them so that we are able to see. Now this is saying successful requests and total requests, and so on and so forth, right? So that's our target. Now we want to go ahead and create the availability. We want to calculate availability, and availability is going to be what? To successful requests divided by totals. Let's create a ratio of these two to calculate availability, right? That availability is A divided by B. A is all of your 2xx, meaning successful requests, and B is total requests. So availability, we are not seeing any errors, and hence you are seeing that number at 100%. Let's add a threshold line. Say we want to go with 4 nines of availability. Let's add a threshold of 99.99%. That's our availability number right there, and we will call this availability, right? So if and we'll now save this chart as availability. Actually in here what we want to do is let's show like this is just showing A, B. Let's just show C actually the request counts as well right here, so that the chart has that information as well. If I pull this, So I just pulled the total requests showing up here as well, and it's showing the availability as well. Let's save this chart as, say, availability Cloud Run, and the dashboard we'll choose is Golden Signals Cloud Run. We'll save this, and if I refresh this one now, I'll see the two charts that we have just built. So we have our traffic as well as the availability chart built right here. We'll now go ahead and play with latency. Let's now build a chart for latency. If I tap back into my Cloud Run revision and look at the request latency, just pull this one. And by default, it opens up the heat map. I think that's good enough. That gives me 99th percentile, 95th percentile, and 50th percentile. Let's go ahead and save this chart as latency Cloud Run and on our Golden Signals Cloud Run dashboard. And if I refresh now this dashboard, I'll see the third chart that we built on latencies right here. So that covers our traffic, availability, meaning errors, and latency, three of the four golden signals. The fourth one is around saturation. What you can do here is, if you come back to Matrix Explorer and look for, say, a metric like go to container, there's your CPU utilization, memory utilization. Let's do a CPU utilization. So that's our CPU utilization chart. We go ahead and save this as CPU container CPU utilization and say Cloud Run, and we will again save this on Golden Signals Cloud Run. All right, so that's done too, and maybe we'll add a quick memory utilization as well, and that will complete the saturation matrix as well. So if I go back to Matrix Explorer, select a metric, and if I choose Cloud Run revision, container based, and if I look at memory utilization, let me just take that. That will give me a quick chart here, and I have a good heat map of memory utilization. I'll go ahead and save. I'll say container memory utilization and say Cloud Run, and again save it on the same dashboard. There you go. I have all the signals here now. I refresh the dashboard and I see all the five charts showing up right here. You should also review what is available by default. So if you look at the sample library here and look for Cloud Run, you will be able to see that there are some default dashboards that are already available. Like for Google Cloud Run, there is this guy that is available. If I do a quick preview of this, and if I look at the JSON, what I can do is just copy this entire raw file, and I can just import this dashboard readily into our GCP environment. What we need to do is, if I create, and we have done this in the past in some of the future past videos, if I just do a create dashboard, I have already copied that raw JSON that was available to us from the sample library. I do a JSON editor, and what I do is just replace this entire thing with what we copied. And if I say apply changes, boom, there you go. You have your Google Run monitoring, that dashboard already available. Now, a lot of metrics that we just built using the Matrix Explorer, some of those are available, but some are like availability, for example, that's not available by default. So that's what you will need to build. So if you have some specific customized requests, that's where you go about building your own than the ones that are available by default. Here are the three dashboards that we have looked so far. We built Golden Signals Cloud Run on our own with the four charts. So that's our Golden Signals for Cloud Run that we built. We have our Golden Signals GC from the previous sessions that's already here. And then we saw this the Cloud Run monitoring sample dashboard that is available from Google Cloud Platform in the monitoring dashboard samples, and there are a lot of others. As you start using the other services, you should look at what's available out there already that you can tap into. So what we'll do is we will just save all of these 3 JSONs in our public repo for to be available for future use for the participants. And that's what we'll do next. So I'll go to Cloud Run Monitoring. I will go ahead and do JSON, just copy the JSON and save all the 3. All the 3 JSONs are now saved in the observability folder in the shared repo. Cloud Run Golden Signals, that's the one that we built. Cloud Run Monitoring Sample, that's the one that we directly got from Google's GitHub repository. This is our old GCE Golden Signals dashboard, and that's the GCE Golden Signals Grafana JSON. These can be readily imported and get the dashboards created in a very quick way. Let's now build the Golden Signals in Grafana, because we want to use one tool besides the GCP native tooling available. So in this, look at the traffic, latency. Let me move this here. So traffic, latency, CPU utilization, memory utilization. If I do a quick edit, you'll be able to see what kind of metrics have I used here. So go to Run. This is for Cloud Run, and look for request count, and that's how you will be able to plot your traffic metric. If I discard and come to latency now and do a quick edit, you will be able to see again I'm tapping into Run service and I'm going after the request latency metric that is readily available. And these are the same metrics from the Metrics Explorer that we have seen on the GCP native console as well. Same goes true for CPU utilization and memory utilization. That's how you go about building a quick Golden Signals dashboard in Grafana. At this point, what we'll do is we'll export this JSON as well outside, right, for us to be able to import it when needed. Click on this share, and we'll be able to export from here and save to a file. And we'll so the file is saved. I'll make this available in the public repos for users or students, participants to be able to download the file and readily create their Grafana dashboard for Cloud Run Golden Signals. This is our Cloud Run Golden Signals Grafana JSON. We'll do a quick test by importing this JSON into Grafana and make sure this is working fine. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and delete, or let's not delete, let's just create a new one, and we will call that, let's make it like what we did previously. I'll add this demo towards the end, and that's what we are going to be importing. So I'll say new, and I'll do an import, and we'll upload the JSON file, and that's the one that we want to upload. And yep, we'll need to change the UID here. We'll say Cloud Run. All right, boom. So everything just comes up nice. So that finishes our lecture on Grafana dashboard, Grafana Golden Signals dashboard for Cloud Run. Here is the recap of what we did in this session today. We reviewed our demo app, app's number wiki and math functions in Cloud Run. We induced load on the number wiki apps. We reviewed what kind of information do you have available in the logs. We reviewed the Metrics Explorer for the metrics that are available by default. We built a GCP native Golden Signals dashboard using the information available in Metrics Explorer. And finally, we built Grafana Golden Signals dashboard for the Cloud Run microservices. Well, that brings us to the end of this video on building observability for Cloud Run microservices. If you like the content, please do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications when new videos are posted. If you are genuinely interested in learning all the foundational skills we have been looking at on Everything Cloud platform, stick around and follow along all the videos posted. I'm sure you had a wonderful time in this video, and I'll see you in the next section.